Okay, so let me quickly share my screen and then we'll go from there. All right, so you guys can see my screen. All right, so far what we have basically go over. First, we basically went over what is difference between what is IT and what is the physical old school traditional business and what is modern digital business and what IT covers. IT support both traditional as well as fully the modern digital business. Okay, and then in IT the works are done in form of projects. Then in for the project it has three phases: initiation, and then basically execution, and then closing of the project. Then in the initiation phase we discussed what happens, like how the business operation our business operation organization is set up, and they are always continuously creating projects to fulfill their business needs, and they are continuously creating that. Then their business operation, then IT operation leadership meets, and they prioritize the business requests. And then after the prioritization, then at every quarter the IT organization assign those projects to their project management office, which is a group of project managers, and then project manager group leadership assigns those to the member of that group, and project manager get assigned to some project. And when the project manager get assigned to project, then what happens, project manager do resource planning, human resource, hardware, software resources, and um, in that planning, basically, they start with the step on uh, uh, checking out with the IT side of leadership, BA manager, dev manager, QA manager, that how much workforce they needed to finish this project. They get estimate from them in form of hours, and then based on that data, they prepare their timeline, and see that and the timeline is being prepared based on the project execution phases, are whatever the software development methodology they are using. So based on that SDLC, based on that software development life cycle, they basically prepare the timeline, that how much we discussed the traditional methodology, waterfall methodology, where we have phases like analysis phase, design phase, development phase, and then testing phase. Okay, and then um, after the timeline being prepared, they create they also, they create some project management space, project like a documentation space, usually a SharePoint site, a shared space where all the project members can access all the documentation, and all those documentation are usually version controlled, so that basically, like uh, there will not be duplication of the documentation. So, and after that, they set up a project kickoff meeting, and in that project kickoff meeting, they uh, go over the basically project, and next phase will start. So go over the project plan, get it like approved, present that project plan to all the team members, developers, if they are already joined. If they are not yet recruited into the project, then basically there be a manager would be there. So the then project gets kick off, BA starts its work, and then BA, as how the BA start the work, that we discussed, how so they have BA. First, we discuss the role that how they act as a liaison between the business operation folks and IT operation folks, and then we also discuss that as a BA how you start, what you do on the day one, what you do on the day two, day three, day four, five in first 2 weeks, and mainly what you have to do to before the requirement gathering session start. Okay, what task you do to prepare for the requirement sessions. Okay, and then we talked about like the requirement gathering sessions, how you will start, what would be your first task, and then what would be your second task, how you present, how you hold the meetings. We discuss that, and then uh, basically like you will document those requirements into whatever the template they have available. Either you have a business requirement or project requirement document template, or you if it's like what of agile, then you would be like creating a backlog, a list of requirement in form of user stories. So that's what we discussed in our like so far in our training. Okay, so project management role overall, and the BA role, like the main requirement session, how you do it. Okay, any questions so far?
No.
No, we good.
Okay, all right. So then the next thing comes like now the requirement document is created. Okay, and what would be the the next phase? What would be the next phase after the requirement document is completed?
When you gathered all the requirements, like
Yeah,
after that, what's the next phase?
right. So you created that like your requirement is documentation is complete. You created the business requirement document. It's signed off. What's next?
Um,
Gonna be the
mm,
You guys are losing your common sense. That
the
is
requirement analysis phase.
so
done.
yeah,
So what's next?
moves to system analysis.
Exactly, simply like
Okay.
that is the basic the sequence.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
like that is basically the backbone, or you can say blueprint. Yeah, that's analysis, design, development, testing. Analysis,
Yeah.
design,
Yeah.
development, testing.
Testing.
Okay,
Yeah.
Doing the
so
analysis first.
yeah, so ADDT something, but uh, keep that in mind. So any question you would be asking, you would have will be like ask. You would have that the sequence in mind, and you have to have explain in that sequence. Okay, why?
Okay.
Because if the analysis of the requirement is not complete, design cannot start, and design is not complete, development cannot start. Development is not complete, testing cannot start. Okay, so you cannot ignore those like the prerequisite phases to explain something that which and miss those prerequisite, because then it will like not only sound stupid, but will also like probably that person is not good enough or not that competent. Okay, so it will look really bad.
Okay.
So whenever any question been asked, keep always that in your mind, that okay, all right,
Okay.
so BA did the work, and this is very basically that should be on your fingertips, like BA did the work, business analysis, then then will be design. After the design, because that is the common sense, right? There is nothing.
Yeah.
Testing cannot happen before development. Why? Why is that?
Okay, I have a quick question. It
Yeah.
might sound stupid. Okay, let
Sure,
me
sure.
ask this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so like you said, okay, so if the meetings happen, right? Like the BA gets all the requirements like settled in, everything is collected. The documentation is done. Like, he got all the requirements. So, okay, I know we went over it. I might need a little review. So just say if he finishes that before his deadline ends. So basically, his job could be done in like, basically if the BS timeline is 2 months, right? His job could be done in a month.
Yeah, it can be done in a month.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. He doesn't have to be stretched out to like when the deadline happens.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be.
Okay,
It always
okay,
should have to be before the deadline. And
yeah,
if that the thing is like if 2 months, is their timeline and they completed is in 1 month, then that means like first thing that and the requirements are complete and every due diligence has been done. That means like they are very efficient. Okay, and they are very good
okay.
resource.
Okay, so
Okay,
basically, if the project
and
timeline, just say, I'm
and it
sorry,
will have a positive impact on the project timeline because then design can start early. Okay,
early.
and
Okay,
so that the
perfect.
development and all those
Development.
like
Okay,
okay, but
and
that also there is other fact like that they did that in haste and might have missed something,
yeah, okay,
because
all right.
missing will cost more than
Then
basically like
delaying it.
delaying it. Okay,
Okay, all right.
because if they were asking for a motorbike, and what the requirement you documented that was bicycle, so they are getting a basically bicycle, and
Here
at the
instead of a
end they will,
motorcycle.
hey,
Yeah.
we didn't ask for that, we were asking some automated solution, not manual.
Okay.
So that would be like the whole project will get into the ditch. Okay, so that's why
Okay.
getting that on
Yeah, that's why.
the right
Yeah, that's
pace
why I
and
couldn't answer.
Mhm.
Your question when you said if the documentation is done, like, gathered all I thought like, there's a like, if he got that done in a month, he might have something to do afterwards too. That's why I was hesitating, to
Yeah,
say
so
system analysis. So okay,
yeah, yeah.
perfect. Now I'm more
So
clear.
right. Okay, yep, yep. So that's all right. But the point, you guys got my point that
Yep, got you.
requirement analysis, then design, and then design or system
Development and testing.
analysis, and then development, and then testing.
Testing.
Okay. So I put a question before that, like why testing cannot happen before development?
Because isn't it development has to code, like, if the system analysis designing whatever the requirements are, they have to code that design, right?
So
No.
the simple answer, yeah, you're right, but the simple answer
Okay.
was like because there will be nothing
Because the
to test.
job is not properly done
There,
in the
no, 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 no. The testing cannot happen before the development because there is nothing to test.
test.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's what I meant.
testing is the
Yeah.
last phase
Exactly.
of
So
the whole project.
right, if there will be anything to test, then that you can test. If how can testing happen before development?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
And
that's true. Yeah, it can't
similarly,
happen
like development cannot happen before
before the system
analysis.
designed. Yeah,
Before designing.
yeah.
Yeah, design and both like requirement and design.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, all
so
right.
they cannot happen because the reason is that what they will develop when there is a no design and no requirement. Okay, and similarly,
Mhm.
like design cannot happen without requirement. Okay, so design phase cannot complete before that like requirement phase. So this is like kind of traditional, just to remember yourself that when you're explaining, that's how what sequence it goes. Okay, and it's like these it's kind of that stepwise, and it
Yeah.
follows the same pattern. It's like just 1 2 3 4 5 6. You cannot
You can't switch them around. Yeah.
switch them around.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you will switch around by mistake, you will be making your fool of yourself, basically.
Yep.
So all right, so now next is basically like a design phase.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and design phase, and in the design phase, who is basically the responsible person to do the design?
System analysis.
Right. So design
Okay.
phase, system analyst. Okay. So
Yeah.
system analyst. Sometime we there is also like architect.
Oh yeah, architects. Yeah.
Okay. And sometime we call this like solution analyst.
Mm-hmm.
So there's multiple like roles that can do the design. Architect can do the design. Solution analyst can do the design, or system analyst. So that is basically, you can say, similar roles that usually does the system design. Okay, all right. And in that system design, what happens? What are the basically steps? Okay, so
BA gives out the requirements. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
mean to
yeah.
cut you
Go
off.
ahead, go ahead. That's what
Uh,
I want. Like you guys like speak on that. Okay,
okay, so the BA gives out the requirements to the system analysis about the project.
okay. BA delivers that requirement.
Yeah.
Cool. Main to.
Okay, I have a major question that you need to clear me out with.
Sure, sure.
The system analysis, architecture, and solution analysis, there are three different categories, or that one person is doing all three of them?
So these are three different roles. Okay,
Roles. Okay, not people.
right. And
Okay, perfect.
roles
All right.
mean that they, but so business analyst, business system analyst, and sometime analyst. That is the same person, like similar type of job.
Okay.
Okay, there is a differences among their job description, but mainly the main architecture or that is the same.
Okay.
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 Similarly,
All right.
like system analyst or solution analyst or architect, their the job description are the same. They can each can do the design.
Yeah, based on the project, right?
Yeah, based on the project.
Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right.
Okay. So all right, the first thing that in that BA delivers the requirement document to system analyst, and then
Is that a
do the
same pattern? Like
demo.
they need to understand the requirements.
Definitely, that is the
Okay.
same
All
pattern.
right.
And
Same pattern.
right, and sometime BA does invite the SA in
The
like
meetings.
requirement sessions, especially towards end of requirement.
Okay.
Okay, so then this part might be skipped because they already know that what is the
Yeah,
requirement
whatever
in
the
the
requirements
right,
are.
right,
Yep.
right. So they might not need the BA to schedule a meeting and have a demo. Okay,
Mhm.
then SA do the SA do the design plan and present the solution options to stakeholders. Okay.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
Now, BA presented that requirement to, and solution analyst
Okay.
understand what are the requirements. So they then prepare that basically what are the solutions. Okay, sometimes multiple solutions, so they present those solution like intent. Basically, they haven't detailed its solution, but they can say like, hey, to deliver this requirement, this we can do this, and we can do this, and we can do that. Okay,
Okay.
so they have options. So they so based on that, they do their system analysis and come up with options, solution options. Okay, and they now need to get those solution options finalized, so they need to meet with the stakeholders. Okay, and then BA helps to set up meeting with stakeholders. So this is what is the BA, this is how BA coordinates with the SA. BA partner with SA. Okay, so then basically in stakeholders chooses the solution, then SA start working on detailed solution documentation. Okay, then SA prepare the solution document. Okay, sometimes that is also called like functional requirement document. Okay, or FRD or system specification document, एक SSD, or simply specification document. Okay, or sometimes just the specification. So there is multiple name of that document that they prepare. Okay, and then they overview that document with stakeholders and dev and QA team. Okay, and BA helps SA to schedule the meeting with all holders and dev and QA. Let's go. And okay, then SA gets finalize the solution document and provide and get it signed off. Okay, so BA helps in the process, and that's kind of optional. Okay, and this, like here, work that is also optional. This like work helping of the BA, setting up that meeting with the stakeholder, that is usually, like, you can say, mandatory, because as a BA you are working with the stakeholder for almost 2 3 months now, so you have more relationship with them than any new person, and really, like, the technical folks are not very good at communicating to the stakeholders, so that's why BA basically jump in to help them. Okay, but the we wanted to basically see the role of the BA in design phase. So this is basically, like, the role of a BA during the design phase. Any question? So what BA do in
No.
the design phase? Why you guys are quiet? Answer is right in front of you. It's a written.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So BA, like, you want me to start from the beginning?
Yeah,
What he does?
always, like,
Okay.
my question is open. That, what BA do in the during the design phase? What's the responsibility of a BA during the design phase?
Okay. I mean,
BA delivers
like,
One by one now.
oh, okay.
you could go ahead, Amadu.
Okay. BA delivers the requirement document to SA,
Uh-huh.
and then they do the demo. Then you said sometimes BA does invite the SA in requirement gathering sessions. So sometimes they can invite the SA to those sessions. And then SA do, I think, yeah. Then at the second part, BA helps to set up meeting with stakeholders, and then BA can also partner with SA. That could be mandatory. And then yeah, stakeholders chooses the solution, and then the third part, mm, yeah, the third part I didn't understand it. BA help the SA to schedule.
Man, you guys are like, even if it were open book, exam, you guys would be terrible in that too.
No, the thing is, I want to understand it in my own word. I
Okay.
don't actually want to read what you wrote here.
Hmm.
So I want to deliver what I understood.
So that's why, yeah. So go ahead. That's what I'm asking. You don't have to
Yeah,
read it. These are just like hints, like one,
exactly.
two, three, four. So you can
Mhm.
explain in your own words. So
So that
go.
is what I'm trying to. So the third part, BA will help the SA to schedule the meeting with the stakeholder, the development team, the QA, and then for the QA, it's kind of optional. Then the last part, the BA helps in the process. So basically, BA is in the first, second, third, and fourth part, helping with requirements, making sure they have the right requirement, organizing meetings, inviting meetings with stakeholders, inviting the SA in meeting with stakeholders, and then they help to schedule other meetings with stakeholders, and they help in all the whole process of the design phase. Yeah, basically that's what I understood.
Okay. All right. And then what about you, Vishal or Brilliant?
Uh, yeah. I mean, whatever Amadu explained, BA delivers the requirement
I'm
documents.
asking you guys, so you don't say whatever I'm Aru. Answer in your own words.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll answer mine. So, you know, the BA helps set up the meeting with the stakeholders because he's more like familiar with the stakeholders. He's been working with them for a long time. So, and another thing is like, BA helps in like process optional. Like he's always there for the essays too. If there's like, anything needs to be, shares with the stakeholders. And I'm just putting in my words, okay?
Yeah.
And
You're right.
yeah,
You're
and
fine.
yeah, so like BA helps the SA schedule the meetings and stuff like that, with the stakeholders. Because like I says, at the end, then at the end, what I understood by what you were saying is like, BA schedules a meeting with all stakeholders, development and QAs, because then the next chapter is gonna start.
Okay, all right, then
That's it. Yeah.
okay, that's good. Sound good. Okay, then brilliant. Your turn. So, in your opinion, what we discuss, what is the basically role of a BA during the design phase?
Is she talking on mute?
Brilliant. Are you talking on mute?
She's there. She is muted though.
Okay, all right. So now, listen my answer too. So, and just based on my answer, try to basically craft your answer to tomorrow, because tomorrow your assignment would be, what first thing is like a how BA gather the requirement. That is a one question. And then what is the role of a BA during the design phase? That is the second question.
Okay.
BA during the design phase, BA partner with the solution analyst or architect or like system analyst, whoever are responsible for the designing, and help them to set up like understand first, help them to understand requirement, and then as they come up with some of design options or solution options, then the BA partner with the SA to set up meeting with the stakeholders, and conduct maybe like a set up meeting and help conducting meeting as be a scribe, then continuously keep working with the essay as the essay is documenting the design, and help in any way they can, and at the end basically helping in any sign off process or working with the stakeholder or any question about the requirement that essay has. So that is overall be a role during the design phase, working in partnership with the system analyst or solution analyst. So that is what would be the role of a BA during that design phase. Okay. So assignment for tomorrow, two questions that I'm asking you to write the response in writing. It should not be like, question one. Okay. What, how you gathered the requirements? And then question two, as a BA, what you did during design or system analysis phase. Okay, so these are two question I want you guys to have the answer. Basically,
Okay.
write
Brilliant.
it down and present it. And in fact, there would be a question 02.
Brilliant says she's having problem with her connection.
Oh, okay. So there is a question, you know,
Mhm.
0. You can say that is like how you start working as a BA. Okay, or how you prepare for a requirement gathering, or what you do as a BA before the requirement session. All are kind of same question. Okay, so these three questions, I want you guys to prepare that assignment and basically be ready. So this assignment will be kind of 3-page presentation PowerPoint, and you would basically answer these in that the PowerPoint. Okay, and I am sending you like these three questions. Okay. All right. So any question? You guys don't have any question?
No.
Okay. All right then. I will see you guys tomorrow, but I'm expecting that prepared 3 pages assignment for a PowerPoint presentation where you answer these 3 questions and write detail in there. So you would be able to present it like what you did, and try to write it in your own words in the past tense, like you are explaining from your experience, not like what will BA do and what you are not teaching. You are just kind of telling what you did. Okay. So
Okay.
try to write in past tense, like you are, pretend to be it from your experience, like how you did it. So
Talking
that is,
about past tense, when we are answering questions like if they ask you what did you do as a BA in your past role, let's assume that you are you're telling the recruiter that you are still actually working as a BA. Do you answer that question in the past tense or in the present tense?
so the question is like, no, you always answer the question from your experience. And when you
Okay.
are explaining your experience, it's always in the past tense. Look, this is what I did. This is that. Or if you are currently working on something, you can tell about, like, in my most recent, I was working on this. I did this. I did that. I did
Okay.
that. I did that. But mostly it would be you are explaining your past. And when you are explaining your past experience, you will be using like past tense, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's why I want you guys to answer these questions in the past, the way how you start so this is directly question to you and you are answering, and how you answer, that is like, so there shall not be the BA will do this and BA will do that and BA will do that.
Okay.
There not be any will. There will be like, as a BA, I did this, I did that, and what I did. Okay, so that's what I want you have like answer format. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll
Right.
see you guys tomorrow, and I'll make sure that this presentation is sent to you by the morning.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. See you guys.
All
Have a
right.
good
Bye
night.
bye.
Bye.